after if you're here catching up. It's going to be a bit of a roller coaster ride with the update today, so hope you got your seatbelts on. For now though, I'm going to get started on shutting this box and we'll do a dad joke later. I do wonder how many of the dad jokes that you see if you're catching up after the streams. I would be interested to know. So if you're one of the people watching this after and you want to stick a comment below, tell me how many of the dad jokes have you actually see. That would be good. Hi Ellie. What's this? March 15th. Yeah, Owlie in the background. You spotted him straight away. Eagle-eyed Ellie. Eagle-eyed Ellie. What's this March 15th about then? And are you American? Because it should be 15th March, not March 15th. I jest. So actually that's pretty good positioning actually. Owlie on the shoulder. I like that. But we have shut the box, which to be fair I don't know that I really want to hold the whole time, so I don't know. No, like I'm 15 years old tomorrow. Oh, wait. There's some. Oh, do you know what it is? That's actually like it's done a translation. You said I'm 15 tomorrow, and it's translated it to March 15th. That's weird. Like, let me do a bit of turn the automatic chat translation off. And hopefully that doesn't mess everything up like it did last time, or it seemed to. I don't know if it was me or something else, to be honest. Right, so that's got Owlie in the background at that distance, which is all right. We need to bring it down a little bit, and then I think if I was to have that on a box like that, would be pretty good. Probably, if anything, a bit low now, so we'll go about there. Finally, says Gracie, finally. This Moley is an absolute pain because he won't get the stream started early. Right, let's see. We have that like that. Whoa. We will do what we can. That's not good enough, but that might be. Yeah, I just need to put it on something. We'll stick a cushion pillow underneath it. There we go. Getting there. I mean, we kind of want that level, unfortunately, but there we go. That's not too bad. And then I'll just adjust this. I will spin the camera around and put the other device on. Yep. So I have some update for you about what I've been up to with the insurance company. And I have a story to regale you that starts on Friday and finishes yesterday. Bit of a mad one, actually. Bit of a crazy one. There is one of you who knows the story already. Yes, Sienna is here. Sienna knows all about it, but I will tell the rest of you too. So let's see if we can't spin this around. Put you here. And see how that looks. Using Owlie as the... Not too bad, but if anything, that's a bit far away now, so put it like about there. Like that. I could probably bring it down some, and then it'll be even easier. I do apologise for the fiddling around, but we'll get there. Okay, so I want to go that way a bit. Too much. About there. Close. That was actually like that way. We'll get there eventually. How about that? Just trying to work this framing out and actually get it good. There we go. We have Owly up in the middle where he belongs. There we go. And we have the box that must be shut. So, right, we have somebody chat already. Let's scoot all the way back. Oh, the birthday for tomorrow. Ah. If my van hadn't been out of commission and I had known, I might have come down and visited, well, up, down, I don't know. I'd have come visited Wales and brought you a birthday present, but all we can really do is make sure we wish you a happy birthday in the stream tomorrow when we see you. I assume, will we see you tomorrow or will you be busy on your birthday? That is the question. I think he already knows my update though. What's this? Well, you've got an update, have you? Let's hear your update first then, Gracie. I will let you tell us. And yeah, we're going to hear about a school taking a mick. So they still haven't sorted it out with you, Ellie. That's crazy. Was it today you had an exam though, Ellie? How did that go? It was today, wasn't it? Wow, they're still putting you in classes with him. That's out of order. You did right to just leave though. Yeah. They need to deal with that. It's not right that you should be leaving your lessons because of something that some lad has done. It's out of order. He's been hugging you. That's weird. He really shouldn't. I thought that was a massive thing against rules in schools. Is you're not supposed to be hugging. That's weird. So Gracie's saying my update, but then not actually giving the update. Classic Gracie, being vague and holding out for the dynamic pause. Or dramatic, not dynamic, dramatic, sorry. That's right, Sienna, I will make you wait around for 15 minutes while I faff about, as is my right as the streamer. And I'm also very interested in Gracie's update and hearing about Ellie and her troubles. My dad's angry and so is my mum, and to make it better, the doctor has not referred me to the specialist about knee surgery like he said he has, so I'm not happy with that. Wow, everyone letting you down, Ellie. I know that feeling. It's not fun, and I know also it makes you feel. Well, it's just you don't have any control, basically. So, like, you're not that you're out of control, but you just don't have any sort of recourse, I guess is the word. Uzma, is that right? Saying, give Mister. What on earth? You will be here tomorrow. That's good. Wow, am I so far? But I'm massively behind. I've got to speed up. I'm just going to quickly do the chat. Rach is in. Hi, Rach. Good to see how you're doing. Hope you're well. So what was Grace saying? Went for a run. Oh yes, we knew about that. I did the best in my class for physics. I got a C. That's the highest, but I got a D in maths. Ooh. Well, I'd offered to tutor you in the maths because that's what I'm good at, but I have no idea if anyone else really wants to listen to me drone on about maths on a stream. Ah, dear. No, it was a lad from the disco who needs. Oh, I see, I see. I think I misunderstood some stuff from earlier. Sorry, Ellie. Ellie, did you better? You did better than me. I got a no award for maths or at higher. Wow. I mean, that's an achievement there, Sienna. I don't mean to make fun, but oh dear. Yeah, I actually did. I got an A for GCSE maths and did an extra thing in statistics and got an A in that as well. Not to boast or anything. Oh dear. Right, saying good, Sienna. What about you? I've been catching up on the lives afterwards. Did you have a hot date last night? I'm guessing you were asking Sienna that. Gracie's saying my knees are fudged too. That does not surprise me, Gracie. You have just about everything with you is fudged, isn't it? Sienna's saying I was referring to you, taking forever setting up earlier. You're just late to the chat as usual. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I know that feeling, Ellie, about no one doing anything right. Oh, because Sienna was doing her makeup late last night. Yeah, I guess, did you have a date last? No. Wait, that wasn't last night. Yes, yesterday Sienna was in surgery. I think you were talking about the night before, maybe. Yeah, I think you're talking about Sunday night, Rach. You've missed a day, Rach. Rach has literally lost a day somewhere. So we best go out on the search and try to find it for her. Wow, what a word. Sienna's put a word on now. I'm going to try and say this one. Are we ready for this? Septorhinoplasty. Whoa, septorhinoplasty. What a big word. Which I think basically translates to someone broke her nose and then sorted it out with a little bit of like, I don't know, a little bit of a grate one there. Take a little bit of shavings off and then boom, jumping up more. You gals talking amongst yourself, love it. So, time to try to shut this box while I give you a little bit of news. So, what would you like first? Would you like the juicy personal story, or would you like the update about what I have been sending to the insurance company? That's the, oh, van first, says Ellie. There you go. Okay, so van news. I spent all this morning putting together some research on what the value of my van should be. So, as some of you might know, they basically decided it's a total loss, which means they're going to write it off, and they want to offer me some money for my van, and I always get two choices: like they keep the van and just give me some cash money, or I can accept a buyback offer, which is they'll give me a little bit less money. So they basically take money off for the salvage cost, as if that's something that they should be doing, which I don't think they should. And then I get to have the vehicle back. And essentially, you're generally working off the first number, which is what they're valuing your vehicle at. And they valued my vehicle at 9,900 and something, so just shy of £10,000, which is reasonable for a van like mine, if it was just a van. You know, I wouldn't say it's a high number. It's not particularly low. probably ballparky okay. However, my van is not just a normal van, is it? It's a camper van. It's been converted. So I did all my research, and most of the vans that are out there for sale are on eBay. So I looked for eBay, and I figured, you know, in the past I've been offered £20,000 and £25,000 for my van, and I have turned that down because it's my home and it wasn't for sale. But I thought reasonable price. After my research though, turns out that mine would be classed as a mid-level camper conversion, and technically it falls under the bracket of a fully winter ready conversion, because it can last all 4 seasons and it has like heating, and like the level of basically amenities in it is very high. They have not considered any of that. So I've found 3 different vehicles on eBay, and they range from about, well, one was 28,500, I think, or 29,000. No, it was 28,000, I think. But that one was a much smaller vehicle, just a standard size van, similar age and mileage, done to a reasonable spec. And I found 2 more though. One of them was just like mine, a Luton van, and they were asking basically 40 grand for it, and another one were asking about 38. And according to Google searches, which I've added into it, recent like prices from sales and these things, mine's in this mid-range section, which is about 20 to 40,000 pounds. Some of them are a lot higher. Cheap budget ones are the ones that are 10 grand and lower, and they'd have to be much older than my vehicle. So anyway, so I put it all together, and I also put in another search result for like recent ones sold on eBay, which corroborated the fact that all these prices that I found were legit. Put it all into a big old file, and I've got like, I think 6 different documents that I had to send to them. Yeah, now just waiting to back to hear from them. But in the meantime, they have sent me the money for staying here for another week. So I'm here for another week, but I've also now sent them the details, and I'm waiting to hear back from them, because obviously they're saying basically 10 grand, and I'm saying 30 or 40, thank you very much, which will be very interesting to see what they say. With that, I think that they're probably used to people just capitulating, just going, I'll take the money, whatever. I do think that they assume I'm going to come back with some stupid number, like a couple of thousand more, and they're going to haggle over a few hundred. I don't think for a second they thought I was going to come back with some evidence to basically show that my van's worth 3 to 4 times the amount they were suggesting. And I'm not sure what they're going to do with it. They might say they don't agree and argue and maybe try to lowball me some more numbers. They might realise that I've got them over like a bit of a barrel with it, and there's not much I can do because it is actually worth that, and they might have to give me a proper offer. However, I'm wondering if they realise that it's worth that much and they might have to pay out a lot more, whether they might actually reassess the fact that it's a write-off. And they might, and I don't know if they can backtrack that. I don't know if they can backtrack a write-off decision, and whether they can go, well, actually, we wrote it off because we thought the value of the repairs was going to be greater than 50% of the vehicle. But now if the vehicle's worth a lot more, that 50% figure goes up. Maybe the repairs are lower than that, and maybe they change their mind and decide they want to repair it. I don't think that they would do that. I don't think that they have within their process the ability to roll back a decision like that. They could end up getting stuck giving me a lot of money, but we'll see. And the plan, anyway, this is the biggest part of the update. I have looked for all of the potential possibilities for what I can buy, and what I can repair in the van. And so I've decided that basically, if I can get enough money from them for the van, the plan will be to not repair my van, but to actually do a brand new build. So I'll be looking at doing a long wheelbase high roof. So it's extra long wheelbase. It's called an L4 and H3, which basically means the roof's about this tall compared to me. Like I guess just under, I think it's just under 7 foot, something like that, but probably 6.5 foot tall on the inside. No, it's got to be more. Yeah, about, yeah, 6.5 to 7 foot, something like that, and then about 4 meters long on the inside. And it's a good size. Obviously not as big as my one now, but there's a lot of things that I would do different. And I've been talking to Sienna today about like sort of what I'd actually do with it in terms of, instead of having a shower room dedicated within in the main space, like I'd be looking to use the back doors to create an extra sort of add-on space. It would be like a bit of a decked area that can also be closed off to create like a just an extended area inside, while still kind of like keeping it secluded and people can't see in. And that area essentially wouldn't just double up as like a sort of an extension slash outdoor sort of deck area, but also would triple up as an area for the shower. So I could sort of just pull a couple of panels over and you have like essentially a walk-in shower where the water would all go on the floor outside anyway through the decking. And that'd be really cool because I could still essentially access it from inside the van. So I've got all my normal sort of privacy, but yeah, it would make the shower a lot easier to use. I wouldn't have to worry about like, you know, drying things up afterwards too much. And yeah, I just think it'd be a really cool way to do it, and it wouldn't take up any extra space inside. And because the shower is something I don't use as regularly as, like, say, a living room or kitchen or anything like that, it basically makes sense to have it something that can pack away a little bit and double up that space. So I quite like that. And I've got all these ideas just bouncing around. I'm like feeling really kind of creative about it. So that's where I'm sitting with that. If I can get enough money to buy a new van and have a little bit spared left over to do some upgrades, I will probably, well, I definitely will get my van back, use it to live in while I build a new one, and I will actually start scavenging parts from the old van to put in a new one. So things like the batteries, probably not the solar panels. I don't know if I will go with solar panels. If I did, I'd go with brand new ones, but I don't know that a new van would need solar panels, just because the way that I use it now, solar doesn't work like in terms of the logistics of it. It doesn't make sense to use solar panels because I drive so often that I could actually just be better off just charging directly from the vehicle. But I might decide that I want a little bit of solar on the roof or something. That's the second time that's happened this evening. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if there's power cuts or something. Weird. Anyway, so that's where we sit. So we're at the cusp of potentially the streams turning into a bit more of you guys seeing what I do on a van build and doing a completely new van build, which will be really epic. And I do have ideas of potentially streaming like as much of it as possible. So potentially like all day streams where I'm just working on the van and you guys can watch along and see exactly what happens. None of this kind of cut to the best bits and show you like all the results and stuff, but actually give you the whole thing so you can see in real time how long things take. So let me see, I've ignored the chat for a while. I'm going to go back over. I do apologise. So wow, there's been a lot of chat. I've got back to the bit where Ellie said van first, right? I'm going to scroll down past anything that doesn't need my direct conversation. Are we talking about school? Okay. I swear you ladies are just ignoring me for the most part. Right, saying you must feel stressed, Molly. There has been a lot of stress. I won't lie. There have even been a few tears, if I'm honest. Just been really difficult on some days. Yesterday, when they threw it all at me about that they were going to write it off instead of repair it, after taking a whole entire week to make that decision, mind you, yeah, absolutely fuming I was, and especially when they lowballed me the figure. And the woman on the phone, my lord, going through the bloody just the motions of trying to essentially trick me and force me into just accepting a really bad offer. Really bad tactics, really, really nasty tactics by the insurance company. Not that that's a surprise, to be fair. We all know that insurance companies can be pretty nasty about this stuff because they're just trying to pay out as little as possible. I have, because of that conversation, decided that I will put my foot down and not accept anything that like less than essentially a certain figure I have in mind. And no matter what they say, I'm not going to take anything and agree to anything, because what I'm aware is I can take this fully all the way to like ombudsman with them. So if they want to fight it, I will. But at the same time, they've already set up the precedent that they have to put me up in here until this is resolved and an offer is accepted. They'll try and say things like, well, we've given an offer, so now we don't have that need to keep you in your house, like keep you in a home. I'm like, no, this is your responsibility to keep me from being homeless and keep a roof above my head and to keep me mobile for work. You have to keep providing me the vehicle and the accommodation until this is resolved, which means every week that this goes on, it's probably cost them in excess of £1,000, because there's this place and then the van on top. So yeah, they're not going to be happy if it drags on for weeks and weeks, and I will make it drag on and I'll make them pay. So yeah, they've done it to themselves. I'm like, if they'd have been fair with me on the outset, this could have all been over and they would have probably done better off. But now they've got my backup and I'm ready to just say, nah, no way. I get what I want, or you guys are going to suffer, and that's what they're going to get now. Ellie with her makeup off already. Whoa, doing teeth and heading to bed. Oh yeah, it is late. Good night, Ellie. Take care. How tall am I? I'm 6 foot, Ellie. I guess because that's what's talking about heights a bit. Okay. Oh, Senna already answered, but got modded. Okay. If he is 6 foot, we're the same height when I'm on one leg. Is that the short leg or the long leg, Ellie? Gracie's saying 6'7". Yeah, Gracie's at least 7 foot, I thought, surely. Right. So, wow, I'm just reading for all the chat quickly. So that's the van news anyway. Is anybody interested in hearing the juicy personal news? If not, we don't have to get into it. It's fine. It's we can just play the game. Oh, got a re-roll. Oh, bounced up there. 7, 4. I'm realising that it might be better to actually have that up a bit higher. Hopefully that's and you might be able to see the dice roll a bit as well. Yeah, that's not bad. There we go. 3. So, is Gracie, are you saying you're 5'1" or 5'4" with shoes? Well, that makes you 5'1", Gracie. Shoes don't count. That's not them. What is Gracie saying now for? Oh, she says, yup, I want a juicy now. Okay, so on Friday, me and Ethan were heading out to go to Milton Keynes to do some table tennis. And something that happened that day that I didn't tell you guys about was that on our way out from the B&B, we came across a lady downstairs who was sort of doing some of the cleaning of one of the rooms. She was sort of down in the main area downstairs, just sorting a few bits and pieces out. Her name was Jess, and we got chatting a little bit. It turned out she was a friend of the guy who sort of runs this place, or owns it, I'm not sure exactly, but he's the guy in charge. And they've been like friends for a long time. And so he has her come in like once or twice a week to help with some of the cleanup. And we get chatting, and we chat for maybe like, I don't know, an hour, hour and a half, I don't know. Long enough for Ethan to have been a super patient lad while me and this other grown-up basically have a chit-chat. And to be fair, there was a little bit of flirting going on, I feel, but very subtle because Ethan was there, and so it was all very sort of like not too bad. So, and we'd sort of left it like, you know, if she was about and she wanted to give a knock on my door to sort of hear a bit more, because I'd shown her some of like Ethan's music and stuff that I had recorded. I said, you know, by all means, come and, you know, you can't tell where this is going, Gracie. You cannot tell where this is going at all. You can tell where it might go for a little bit, but it's not going where you think it's going. So anyway, so we head off, okay, and you know, just like saying, like, you know, if you're about, yeah, let's, you know, happy to sort of see him, but nothing like nothing committed or anything like that. So me and Ethan go off. We have our fun day. And we come back in the evening, and we come in, and what do we find over by the sort of the coffee stuff and all that, but a card. Oh, I shouldn't really shouldn't have a number on there, but yeah, on a card basically saying, if you fancy a chat sometime, and then with a phone number, Jess, with a little kiss. And I'm like, okay, that's pretty obvious that's a bit of that's a properly kind of like, that's not a I want to be your friend kind of move. She's come in the room and left her number on a card. That's a pretty flirty move. Oh, we didn't succeed on that one. So anyway, so I leave it until Ethan goes. I think, you know, deal with that later on. I was a bit weirded out that she'd come in the room to do it. I was a bit like, I wasn't sure about that, but I checked with Noah, and he said that's actually fairly normal for people to come in and check on the room. So I thought, okay, you know, because she has like a key for every room because she's like doing the cleaning. But fast forward to Sunday, and I thought, okay, Ethan's gone now, I'll give her a message. And then she did reply later on that day, and and then I can't remember if it was on that I think it was that evening, or it was a Monday morning. I can't remember. No, it was Monday morning. That was it. I think it was anyway. Yeah, I think it was Monday morning. My time scales are sometimes off, especially with all this stress going on. But somewhere in there, we've arranged to basically go on a date. So on Monday, we met up in the morning. So yesterday, basically, we met up in the morning, and it was while she was walking her dog, because that was the easiest time for her. So we kind of met up like in the local area to walk her dog, and we had like a bit of a first date. Of course, I took flowers because I'm a gentleman. And we go on a walk, and it goes quite nice. And you know, we're texting a bit afterwards. And that evening, we'd sort of got on with our days, but that evening we got back to texting again. And she got a little bit weird because I was a bit flirty, and I asked her outright, "Is everything okay? I'm not if I'm too flirty, just say, or if there's something wrong." And at which point she confessed that she already has someone she's dating, who she's supposed to be in a what's the word, exclusive relationship with. I mean, she didn't say that at first. She just said she was already dating somebody, and I thought she meant like loosely, just, you know, sometimes we date a few people at the same time. If you've met like a couple of people on an app or something, and it's just very early doors, you know, a couple of dates each or whatever. But no, I when I checked on this and said, "What do you mean? Like, just how long have you been dating?" She's like, "A while," and I'm like, "Well, is it exclusive?" And she's like, "Yeah," and I was like, well then why on earth are you doing, why on earth are you giving me your number and going on dates with me then? So, yeah. Yeah, you didn't know it was going here though, Gracie. You didn't know she was going to leave me her number, and you didn't know that she was going to have her partner already. So, because if you'd known that, you might have said that in somewhere. You can't just say. But yeah, but very sus anyway. So I was like, nah, that's not for me. Thank you very much. So, because I was like, what on earth do you, what are you wanting? And she didn't know. And I was like, well, whatever. So, oh, I'll close that one then. Yeah, and obviously it is now over because yeah, I'm not that kind of guy. But yeah, that was a bit of a roller coaster for the weekend, I have to admit. The at least she was honest fairly quickly. I mean, I don't know what she was thinking. I mean, it's a pretty bold move to leave your number in somebody's room like that. But it's even more bold if you already have a partner. Like, and it's not like it was like in a random place where like people wouldn't find out. Like, I mean, she told her friend about me, and also, like, her friend runs this place, and if he'd have come in or like, and I'm just like, that's weird if like he'd seen it. So I'm a bit like, yeah, that's a bit out there to do that so boldly when you already have a partner. Crazy. So, but it sounds like Gracie's got some more goss then. Go on then, you fill us in with yours. Well, if everyone's saying it, Gracie, it must be true. That's how these things work, and if everyone says something, it makes it true. That's true, Sienna. It is an ego boost to be wanted, but you know, I already knew I'm that hot. Oh dear. This is me on this boy at my school. I don't understand what that statement means, Gracie. I think you've... And then you say, can I confess to that? Yep. And I'm like, confess to what? The fact that you're together. I mean, what happened to this other lad? This... you apparently had a boyfriend that was too old for you a little while ago. So what's happened? You've got a new boyfriend now. Is this what's happening? I mean, it's healthy to do a bit of dating, but there's a healthy pace to it, and then there's an unhealthy pace to it as well. I've got to redo that. Oh, jeez Louise. Oh, again, it's like I can't play it when it's up there. Right, I think this bouncing up there too much because of it's not really as level as I want it to be. Right, 5. Cupid is fine hours at everyone bar me. How rude. Don't worry, say it. Stuff in my throat. I was going to say, don't worry, Sienna. If nobody else wants you, I'll take you. That's awful, isn't it? Sorry. That was meant to be a cheeky joke, but that sounds absolutely grim. Wayne is in. Hi, Molly. How are you, brother? Any news on your van yet? I gave the van news already, but essentially, the for your benefit, Wayne, the insurance people have lowballed the crap out of me on the value of my van, and they want to write it off. I have now sent back some documents explaining how the van is worth 3 to 4 times the amount that they've offered me, and we shall wait to hear back from them with a counter offer. I can only imagine their counter offer is going to be stupidly low. And I think that every time that I go back to them and say, I'm not happy, do better, they will essentially take another 2 days to make a decision. And I think this is a standard tactic of theirs, which is that if they make it take a long time and stress the person out, the person that they're dealing with will essentially just cave and go, do you know what, I just want this done with. I'm going to make it very clear to them if they come back with a stupid offer that I am willing to let this take as many weeks and months as it has to in order to resolve this, and I will take it to the Ombudsman. And if they keep wanting to drag their feet with it and keep trying to like play these nasty tactics, I'll make them very aware that it's to their detriment, because I will fully expect them to keep a roof over my head and a vehicle for me to do my work, which means I'll expect them to keep paying out for this place and the hire van, and that's like £1,000 a week, I reckon, or give or take, that's coming out of their coffers for every week it takes them to make the decision. So, you know, if it takes them like, you know, a couple of months to work this stuff out, to them, normally that's not a problem. That's them holding on to the cash longer while the person at home stews and gets all irate because they're not getting their vehicle back and they're not getting the money, and they just want to deal with it and get it over with. What they don't realise is they've now annoyed me enough that there's a term for it. I don't know what it is, but it's when basically when you're told to do something, you absolutely want to do the opposite. It's called something there's a term for it. Whatever it is, I have it, which means that when someone tries to tell me to do something or force me to do something, I will literally not do it, and I will probably do the opposite just to spite them. I get it from my dad. He's a bit like this as well. He will cut his nose off to spite his face all the time. I'm not as bad as him because I won't do it in a stupid way that messes me up. But my Lord, would I mess somebody else up if they're not giving me nonsense like these guys are. And I learn how to play their game pretty quick. So I've learned that they're going to just stall in order to stress me, and they think that it's in their benefit. But I know how to play the game, and I know that now that they've made the precedent that they're responsible for keeping me from being homeless and unable to work, that they have to keep doing that until this is resolved. I also don't think that they can take it away until I've accepted an offer. So while it's still under dispute, they'll try to tell me that it's basically, no, that they're only obligated until they've made an offer, and I'll be saying, well, no, not really, because you haven't made a legitimate offer and it hasn't been accepted. And I don't think that that would fly in court. And if you'd like to try that on, we'll go to the Ombudsman, and I might even just take you to court anyway, and we'll see where it goes. And I think when they realise that I know how to play the game and that they're sort of basically going to have to play it better or capitulate to me, they might just capitulate just on the basis that they realise, oh, it's going to just cost them a lot of money. They want to get the headache gone. And I might just reverse the roles on them a little bit. Oh, 7 can't be late. How are you, Wayne? Hope you're good, my man. Gracie, put the sweets down. It's 10:30. Do not eat them. Yeah, you're not going to sleep well if you've got sweets in your belly. Put them down. Put them down and walk away slowly. Yeah, go to sleep and stop eating sweets. There's a good idea, Gracie. All right, we got number 9. Oh, that one doesn't count. It's got to be level on there. We'll go for 7 and 2. And change up the tactic and try to keep number 1 alive for as long as we can. Then that's it, denied. Ah, brutal. Okay. It'd be nice to get one of these where I actually shut the box on stream. That'd be really good. 5. I'm realising I can probably tilt this down a little bit. There you go. 2. Too much. Okay. Right. 7. Ah, there we go. That's good. 9. Go 6 and 3. Ah, and then the 6 comes out. And I could have done a 1, 8 and then still had the 6. My bad. My bad. What on earth is Gracie talking about? Something going up and down. Would you ever date a subscriber, Molly? You know I would, Sienna. I dated Louise, didn't I? Or have you forgotten already? I mean, my general rule is I'll date pretty much anyone if they're the right person. It's a case of it's hard to find the right person. You've got to take every opportunity that comes your way and you've got to explore it. Now, most often it's going to go the way it did with this Jess and not work out because they're just not right. And there's about a million different ways that somebody might not be right for you. Maybe the situation's wrong. Louise asks, Jenna, who was she again? Oh, she was some, like, you know, S word, you would call it, who wanted me for my body a long time ago. That was last year. In fact, interestingly, you came in on the first time you came in on a stream was the day after she. Well, no, was it the day? No. Was it the day she dumped me or the day after? It was the day after. Yeah, it was the day after she dumped me. Because you came in on a day when I had the lads over, and that was the day before we basically broke up. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, it wasn't going to be long-lived. I mean, if she hadn't ended it when she did, I think I wouldn't have been far behind on it and probably would have done it myself, to be fair. Which I think is probably what she was feeling anyway. It wasn't right between us. I'll deal with you two more, and then I'll do a deal with you, 2 more, and then I'll put them up on the side and I'll stop it, and then for the rest of the night. How about you just stop now? You shouldn't be eating this time of night. I have a good rule, which is don't eat for the last 3 hours before you go to bed. You have to have time for your stomach to basically like dump into your intestines and sort of be empty before you go to sleep. Otherwise, you're going to get like indigestion and stuff. And when you're young, you don't notice the damage it's doing. You're healing up quick enough, but it does catch up with you, and it's a bad habit to get into because what you'll find, Grace, is the habits you build now are and you have been building for your younger years. They'll be really hard as you get into your 20s and 30s to stop or to change. They'll be very ingrained. Like I have a sweet tooth and I want to always eat lots of sugar because I always have done, but I wish I didn't. I have trained my boys and brought them up not to really go for too much sugar. Their grandparents have tried to be counterproductive to that, but we've done a pretty good job. And so the boys are actually pretty decent and not going completely mad all the time. It's a bit like that. You need to like learn how to control yourself on, like, you know, swiping up on the shorts and like doom scrolling, whatever you want to call it. And you have to train yourself not to eat loads of like nasty sweets all the time, and to moderate yourself, essentially, to keep everything into moderation. My dad would say everything in moderation, but he's absolutely right. I mean, he doesn't live by that rule at all. Love is in the air, says Rach. What was it? I must smelled a handsome silver fox bachelor. Must have. I must have smelled a handsome silver fox bachelor. Yeah, I imagine your senses probably like drew you right in with that, like the huntress coming after the fox. What do you think makes for the happiest partnership, Molly? Great sex. No, I kid. I kid. No. Oh, Grace saying, Dad explains that you mean that explains why I get stomach acid in the mornings. Yep, that'll probably explain it, Gracie. I have a sweet tooth too, obviously. Yes. Yeah, I think you've got too many sweet teeth, to be honest. Yeah. So I used to be very bad at that, and it is actually much better for you, Gracie. Just stop eating well before bedtime. And what you'll find actually as well is the sugar in the system is going to keep you awake anyway, which is why you've got really bad sleeping habits. So stop with the sugar in the evenings and you'll probably find yourself in a lot better way with it. And also, like just like stress levels and stuff, it just messes with your whole body. So your adrenaline like stuff goes weird, cortisol, that sort of stuff. Yeah, I've got to admit, I'm not much of a breakfast person, Gracie, but I do. That's why I like to just have my hot chocolate in the morning. But sometimes I push that back until lunch. Sometimes I used to not like when I was little. I used to have loads of breakfast, and I'd have very sugary breakfast as well. But then I got through a stage where I didn't really have breakfasts. Do 7 just about. This is the big numbers. Oh, that's a good one. Can we get a 12, please? Can we get a 12? 9 will do. Another chance for a 12. Oh, 8 though. Come on. 2 of the 6s, not just 1. 1, 6, and a thing for 7. That's not bad though. Got to just 16 left on the board. Yeah, I'm just seeing now. Like Sin asking Rach about her partner, and I remember her saying about Tony a few times, but I guess that's maybe you weren't here for that one, Sienna. Yeah, maybe Rach has the answer to a long-lasting, loving relationship, Sienna. I'm not sure I'm the expert on it because obviously my marriage didn't last, and I mean, I'm handsome enough, I guess, that I do all right on a dating scene if I want to, but it's holding down, well, finding the right person and holding down a good woman is apparently quite difficult. But there we go. So I'm not the one to ask, I'll be honest. Yeah. If you're going through it now, Gracie, you're going through it early, you better watch out. You'll be pre-diabetic before you know. Or the 1 and a 12 left, which is really annoying because I can't win. Can't roll a 1. If we get the 12 though, that'd be funny. Nah. No. Right, 9. Decent start. 8. Take it. 7. Is this going to be 6? That's 8. But that's 6 and 2. Right. 3. 7. And we'll stuff that at 7. Wow. So what we're seeing here. Been together 13 years. We are best friends, Sienna. That's always a good start. And laugh every day. I like that. I like that. What if you get sick and tired of his jokes though? Do you still laugh? Are you going to fake that laugh? Are you, H? Oh dear. I mean, I have heard about some women faking it. So. Grace, I'm starting to think you might be a hypochondriac. If I mention all sorts of manner of things in the stream, I reckon you just tell me you have that too. I'm going to see if I can think of a few diseases out there and chronic illnesses. And if I name loads, you can probably tell me you have them all. Rach saying, bloody hell, Molly, she has some front. Wait, does that... Who are you talking about? Because that's... If you're talking about... Are you talking about the story about Jess? Because that was a while back. Wait, hold on. I'm trying to think. Is Rach watching like really behind on this? Are you super behind, Rach? Are you not watching live? I'm going to see. What can we get Rach to say in the chat to find out? Rach can say... Rachel can say Molly is the best or something once when she hears this, and we'll see. She'll see what she says. Or is it mine that's? No, I think I'm live. I'm just going to check that though. Skip to live. There you go. Molly's asking if you're behind on the video. Oh yeah, I think she is. You know, she hasn't responded yet. I think Rachel's like really behind. I think she's only just getting to the. She must have only just got to the bit that I was talking about Jess. Oh dear. Now the interesting thing is, I did give Jess my channel handle, and she did find it before we went out on our first date. So I do wonder if she'll actually watch this. I don't think she will. I don't think the channel's her sort of thing. She might well have unsubscribed already, but that would be weird. She suddenly popped up in the chat. Are you talking about me? Oh dear. So Rach, I guess did you hear the whole story about Jess then? Because it was quite a bold move. I mean, that is the most bold move a woman has ever done with me. Like, I've had a few women who flirted with me. You know, I always remember this one at Brighton where me, Noah, and his then girlfriend were playing pool together, and this woman just came up, like left her friends sitting where they were sitting, mind you, and she came up and said, "Oh, can I join in? Can we play doubles?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, sure. Like, do you want to play? Who do you want to play with? You can. Do you want to do boys versus girls, or like I can play?" She goes, "No, I want to play with you." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And at this time, I just started like dating Helen, my ex, and that was, and I thought that was pretty bold. But this was like, I mean, to go in somebody's room specifically just to put your number in there, pretty bold. But when you actually have a partner already, just my mind boggles. Like how do you think that's the way to go? I don't understand that at all. Now she did. I don't know. I don't have it on me, but I can try to paraphrase this from memory. But she kind of explained it in the way that she said that she wasn't looking for anything, but when after our first conversation, she just something clicked and she decided she wanted more. And basically, for want of a word, she was saying she was so attracted to me that she decided to. I mean, I read between lines, and I just thinking that she thought I was like an upgrade from her current guy, and she's probably not happy in a relationship. But it's a bit of a rude way around to do it. Like, and it was weird when she broached the fact that she had somebody already. She was a bit cagey with it, and I had to ask questions, and I had to get it like asked the fact whether it's exclusive, which I think she was hoping that, like the way she said it was like. At first, I'm a bit like, so if you're dating them, I mean, it's not the end of the world to be dating a couple of people at the same time if it's early. But I was like, but she hasn't said that. And I need to really clarify this. So, and I had to keep asking clarifying questions. I was a bit like, wow, you're making this hard. Like, you're trying not to tell me other stuff. I don't like this at all. This is really sus. And then when she actually admitted it was supposed to be exclusive, I was like, oh. I was like, well, like. And I had to clarify because she was saying that she hasn't been happy in the relationship. I'm like, well, yeah, but like, does that mean that you have been talking about these sort of things before? And she was like, no, like he knows I'm not happy, but I haven't told him about you. And I'm like, so, but you just said that you were happy before, and it's only just since you've met me. Like, you're not really keeping your story straight here. So yeah, I don't know what to really believe of it all, but mad though, mad. So what's going on? What's Gracie saying? Explain why I have 20 sugars in my cup of tea every day. Well, that would be the same reason my dad used to do 20 sugars in his cup of tea every day. You were addicted to sugar. And the thing is, once you've had that amount of sugar, what you'll find is that you then get you get the sugar rush, then your body gets rid of it all, and then you have a sugar low, and that makes you crave more sugar. and yeah, you'll just keep craving and craving. Yeah, that would explain it, Rach, the why things didn't add up. Yeah, I think dentures would be the last one away. Hey, Silver Fox, leave some ladies for the rest of us. Yeah. Look, it's not my fault, Matt. I mean, I just have, apparently all it takes is like a short, well, a medium length conversation with a lady, and yeah, I'm irresistible, even if they've got a partner, apparently. Which is, oh, you're joking. You're joking. Look at that. That was such a good box. And then, like, that only had to be 9, not a 10, and we were good. And now we're stuffed because we can't make 10 out of any of this. Just rude. White Fox Wednesday tomorrow. Pretty much, Gracie. Yeah, that would explain why you feel a bit like basically ready to sleep. So it happens to me actually. If I do have some sugar in the evening and I have quite a bit in one go, and then I stop, like a little while later, I'll get very sleepy, and I actually find it very easy to go to sleep. And that might feel, excuse me, that might feel like, oh, well, that's a good trick to do to get sleep. The thing is, you get away with that once or twice, especially at your age, you probably get away with it a few times, but you keep leaning on that, and what happens is you're going to mess up your digestive system because of all the reflux while you're sleeping, but also you'll mess up so many of your rhythms, and you'll end up leaving yourself like with really just not very good like blood sugar sort of balance, and you might end up doing things like I used to get hypoglycemic episodes because I wasn't looking after myself. I was like out of shape, eating too much sugar. Put the things does also have got low iron. Well, low iron is fairly common for women, to be fair. That's a lot to do with your monthly cycles. You lose a lot of iron, and you use a lot of iron up when you're rebuilding the lining of your wombs. Damsel is in. Hi, Damsel. What's happening with the van, Moldy? I tell you what, not much yet, Damsel. I have done a bit of an update about the fact that I think, do you know that they've basically decided to write it off? I can't remember how much you know, but they have decided to write it off. They've lowballed me a figure. I have sent back some documentation proving that my van is worth 3 to 4 times the amount that they have offered. And I'm waiting to hear back from them as to what they think the van might actually be worth. And yeah, they use every trick in the book, basically, just trying to use stress tactics and delay tactics in order to kind of like get me to capitulate and accept a low value. They've met their match here, though. I will be not accepting their nonsense. Right, saying if you have low iron, Gracie, take vitamin C so that your iron gets absorbed. That's true. Vitamin C is good for absorbing a lot of stuff like magnesium, iron, and just so many other things as well. That's where vitamin C is really important for your body's like absorption of like a lot of things. But also, like, you know, a multivitamin isn't a bad idea just because you get the iron and the vitamin C. But definitely get yourself. I don't know if you're vegetarian, Gracie. I don't think you are. I think you've mentioned eating some stuff that doesn't count towards that. So yeah, red meat is good as well. Get plenty of iron inside you. Liver, lots of iron in the liver. Loads of it in there. Yeah, that's true. Sugar isn't going to help the iron levels. I mean, to be fair, up and down in your sugar levels affects pretty much all the other levels of like things in your body. It really messes up your system. That's all right, Damsel. We will struggle on and try to figure out what's going on. The positive side of it is that if I can actually get them up to a decent valuation on the van and they pay that out, I can get them to give my one back, and they take a salvage charge out of that, so I'd get a little bit less. But I would do that just on the basis it would give me somewhere to stay while it would give me somewhere to stay while I build a new van. That would be the plan. Build me a new camper, Molly's Van 2.0. And I am fairly excited about the idea of actually doing a new van. I mean, it's not right that I've been forced into doing it before I'm ready, but hey ho, we roll with the cards we are dealt, or we play with the cards we're dealt. In this case, we can only shut what we roll on the dice, but there we go. Gracie, I swear you got to watch what you're writing, because I have no idea what you're trying to say. It tastes like fish. I'm not taking it. Ew. Are you talking about the multivitamin or something else? You just drink it with water, and if it tastes weird, just drink it with juice. Oh, Biggie, talking of drinking with juice, I need to have a drink. A drink of juice. That is a big upside to it, damsel. And I was actually talking about it earlier too, the fact that what I'm planning to do, if I do have to do the new rebuild, which I think is basically a foregone conclusion at the moment, because I have looked into the pain of trying to fix my van, like myself. And what I don't like is that it'll have to be, look, because here's the thing, if they'd have just fixed it instead of writing it off, then it wouldn't have to have a mark against it, which would mean that I'd have to pay more insurance. Once the insurance company write it off, like if they repair it, it's just a repaired vehicle. But if they write it off and then I get it repaired, it's now a, like, it would have been like a category S or N. And then once it comes back to like full working condition, it will always have a mark against it that it was written off, which I think is well out of order, because essentially that's like a really nasty kind of power that the insurance companies have, that they can just basically put a mark against your vehicle, which then, ironically enough, means that your premiums will be higher on that vehicle, which I don't like. I also don't like that I'm now waiting on a bit of decision with, like, before I sort of pay for the sort of change of my insurance for the van, because it's like, if I'm not going to have that van still, paying the admin fee for changing it over seems a bit stupid, and it would be better to actually have a different van and change it to that. So I'm kind of hoping they come back with a decent offer, and if they do that tomorrow or Thursday, I could potentially sort out like a new van. I don't think I will, so I'm probably gonna have to pay out for this stupid admin fee for changing my insurance a bit. But hey ho, we'll see how it goes. I mean, if you had like a normal cut or bruise or something, Sienna, I would suggest hyaluronic acid, I like topically, would be very good for your swelling. Certainly taking some, I think what would help you long term with that, with your healing process, would be to be taking some collagen, and the vegan stuff that you're taking, the vegan collagen, will help. Just double your dose of that, basically, and that will really help get some more collagen in and help with your skin healing. But yeah, hyaluronic acid, you can put that on topically, and that actually increases the collagen in the surrounding tissue. That's probably quite a good thing for like any kind of, anywhere where you've got skin that you want to heal up or tighten up and stuff like that. Hyaluronic acid essentially increases the amount of collagen in that area. So yeah, that's worthwhile having. You can get big bottles of that. I got some from my ex on Amazon. Get quite a sizable, and you can get that on just about anywhere. I'll talk to you later about it. Actually, that's a good idea. I might send you a link. It's that would be quite useful for you. I don't know if you'd want to put it on your face right now. I suppose you could. It's not going to hurt anything. So yeah, it should be pretty good. We've got Big Papa Pump saying, good evening, everyone. Peace and love to you all. Peace and love to you, Big Papa Pump. We're going to call you Pump, unless you've got a better name for me. You can't apply anything to the nose yet. Yeah, that's fair play. Just stick with double dosing your collagen. That'll probably be. Oh, you say you double up this morning. Oh, I see. That's what you meant by doubling up. Yeah, that's good. Just keep doing it every day. Yeah, just have the same amount. You'll be good. Oh, I see. So basically, stitches come out next Tuesday. So you're going to get your cast and stitches out on well, a week today, I guess. So yeah, that's pretty cool. We've got Pete in. Good evening, Pete. Good to see you. How you doing, my friend? And Tech's in as well. Good evening, Tech. How are you? Gracie's obviously been lurking. Right, let's go. Let's carry on with this. I got distracted by the chat for a little bit, but we'll get back onto it. Tin. Yeah, that hyaluronic acid is actually really good. I keep meaning to get some just so I've got some around for like if you get a cut or anything like that. It's really good at like speeding healing. It's so good. Wow, already I can't go on 7. That's wait. I can. 6, 7. 6, 7. Is everyone going to shout out in the chat? No. There we go. That's done. That was the last of it. You can't enjoy the journey if you fast forward. What's that movie with Adam Sandler? Is it Click? Is that the one? He's got a remote control and he can basically control time, and he keeps fast and it learns his behaviour. So because he starts skipping and getting to the stuff he needs to do, like so he's like skipping all the work hours and stuff. He doesn't have to. Basically, he's just losing awareness of it. He doesn't realise that's how it works. So he still has to do it all. And like his whole entire family just basically, and his life just passes him by, and he misses all of the important stuff and doesn't know what's going on. And it's like, Demon's saying, I've been trying to change my diet. Apparently I'm going through that change of life. This shouldn't be allowed in your 40s. It's been dreadful, like really awful. Oh, right. So is it the M word that we're talking about here, damsel? Or is that to it? I don't know. You're saying going through that change of life. That's the only thing that comes to mind around that age. I could be completely wrong. But so how have you been changing your diet, damsel? That's interesting. I mean, I'm not an expert on this, if it is the M word. Yes, the M word. Okay. So, and by M word, we don't mean moly. Just to be clear for the rest of the chat. Yes, we were going with M word, Rach, and now you've got modded for it. We were trying to be civil about it, Rach, and there you are, just common as muck, throwing it out there. That's true. Yeah, Rach can help with some suggestions for what you can do to help with that. A Mediterranean diet apparently is good. What's a Mediterranean diet then? What's the specifics on that? Go and educate me. I don't know the names of things, to be honest, that well. Like I know things that work for some things, and then I've got a massive hole in my knowledge elsewhere. and certainly knowing the name of anything is just not my specialty at all. So I guess you're because I can't remember, but I assume that means damsel that you're. This is one thing I'm not knowledgeable about, Sienna. Weirdly, I know a lot about the female anatomy, but the menopause is not one of the things that I actually know a lot about. If I knew people who'd gone through it and I tried to help them with it, then I would know a lot about it. Because generally the reason I know a lot about a certain subject is because I've tried to help somebody with it, or I've tried to deal with it myself or whatever. And then so I do a lot of research and I find out about it and I know a lot about that subject. Gracie's going Sparker mode, which basically means she's going to stop talking in the chat and go off and kill some zombies. Make sure you get them all, Gracie. Oh, got a 7 down. This is useless. We've just got no big numbers. Oh, there's one of them. Come on now, big numbers. 8. Ah, it's a cock's dice. We can't do it. 7. No good. Ah, you're a sweetheart too, Sienna. Got to go now. See you all tomorrow. See you, Rach. Thanks for popping in. Glad to see you on stream. It's always lovely. I hope you sleep well. To be fair, I think we're not going to make this today, so I might call it soon as well. It's quite late and I'm getting tired. And I have a feeling that if I don't go off, Gracie will stay on the stream until we're done. And then I'll get the blame for her being up late. So Dan was saying, I'm on HRT patches. Just started them. HRT. I don't know what that is. My sleep is messed up. The hot flashes are my new superpower. And that is with windows open and a fan on. Have you? Now I don't know if this would work with this. When I'm in the summer, when I'm too hot to sleep, what I found was quite good when I still lived in a house. So these days I'd like, if it's hot, I go park up by the beach, and then in the evenings, if it's that hot that I feel like I'm not going to be able to sleep, I'll get into the ocean, have a swim, and cool myself down for 20 minutes. But what worked when I was living in a house was just running a cold bath. It obviously doesn't have to be pure cold water, but the colder you can have it, the better. And I found that just laying in that for like depending on how cold you had it, like sort of 10 to 20 minutes, really kind of chilled my entire body down and got my system into the gear where it's like, okay, like, you know, you need to kind of calm down and just like not do too much because you're getting too cold, and it sort of calmed all my systems. And it did literally chill like my skin and my surface area down enough. I want to get out for the next sort of like hour or two. I felt really cool, and like getting like the warmth actually around me didn't feel so like ugh. And I wonder if that would work for that sort of thing. I mean, I don't know. I'm no expert on that, but I mean, that would be the first thing I would try if I had to go through the menopause. Well, I'd probably Google it first as well, just to make sure that that's not going to do any weirdness. But you were tempted to empty the freezer and live in it, yeah. Now, I mean, to be fair, the water works because it like like as your heat goes into the water, you're not actually raising the temperature of the water much, but you can also conduct your heat into it much faster because it can like convect it away. So yeah, it works really, really well. But yeah, just a nice deep cold bath, and you just see what you can get away with. Also, that's just like a bit like cold water swimming. It's just really effective. Like, and I say a bath because like I tried it with a shower. The problem is the shower doesn't really absorb the heat the same. So if you're under the shower for 20 minutes, even though it's a cold one, it doesn't really chill you down into your core the same as laying in the bath. And it's just like, if you're hot and you get in the cold bath, it just relaxes. That's what I find anyway. The same as when I get into cold water when I've been like doing stuff and that, it's just really, really relaxing. But like one of the nicest things I've done recently, actually, in terms of like relaxation, was the sauna and cold plunge with Lucas over in Milton Keynes, where you go in the sauna for like 20 minutes and you take a cold plunge for 3 minutes or so. I mean, the first plunge I did, I was in there for about 8 minutes, but it was absolutely luxurious having the cold plunge after being so hot. It really was. You've ordered a cool blanket. Apparently they're a godsend. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Ooh, somebody's arrived outside. Hear a car pulling up. It's quite a late pull up. Yellow letter saying, Dad? Son? Oh dear, that's funny. Gotta laugh at that. Mark is in. Hi, Mark. What's Gracie going to get bitten? I go no t-shirt in the summer. I've gotten bitten so much already. That's just because you're super tasty, Gracie. That's what it is. The bugs always go for the tasty ones. Well, you tasted them anyway. Is it something to do with certain levels in your... It's something to do with, like... There's definitely some like myths out there, like someone saying that's carbon monoxide levels or something. I don't think it's that. I think it was something else. I can't remember. Yeah, I don't remember what it was, but it's something to do with that. Some people are just tastier to the little insects than others. I bet you are. How long does menopause last? Like how long will you be expecting to get these hot flashes? Yeah. Oh, I needed that. Oh, I said hi, Mark. I said, how you doing? Did you not hear it? I will say again. Good evening, Mark. How are you? Glad to have you in. 9. 9 again. Oh. You can do them. 9. Okay. Could do the 3 and 6, but we've been burnt that way before. So, years apparently, some women just glide through it, but apparently my body is going to make me suffer. Oh, I feel for you, damsel. Do you not have someone to sort of help with it? Go run and get a. I don't know if you're a. I honestly don't remember much about you, damsel. Obviously you're of that age, but and whatnot. But are you married? I forget. I don't even know. Or got a partner, or whatever it is. You know, there's loads of different ways that you can have somebody about. But I hope you've got someone who can help take care of you and try to ease the suffering a little bit. Oh look, Sienna's interested as well, wanting to know where you're from too. That would have been my next question, to be fair. I'm always useless at remembering where people are from. Gracie's saying, can we quit this topic? Why is that? Is that because you can't say that you've got menopause too, Gracie? Oh, I'm so mean. Sorry, Gracie. Oh dear. Mark's from Hampshire. I have no idea where Hampshire is. I'm trying to think. I'm not always good with the counties. Damson, no single and happy to be. My kids help me and my friends help too. I'm in Scotland. Oh, another Scottish lady like Sienna. I've got to get me up to Scotland. Obviously, all the single ladies are up there. And there is something about a Scottish lady. Oh. Are you saying I can't get an 8 out here? Oh my lord, how do I not make an 8? No, because it's embarrassing and I don't want to sit here and listen to this. Well, you can go to another stream, Gracie. I know that you like... Why don't you go... Is it Matt's, is it? Go to Matt's stream? I'm rude. Oh yeah, the Welsh are lovely ladies as well, Sienna. But you know, stay single. I say. I've never been happier. LOL. So that suggests that you were not single at some time. Well, how long have you been single for, damsel? Don't worry, I'm not trying to flirt with you, damsel. I should be careful though. I clearly have a superpower with this, and I might accidentally make you like drop your number in on my in my room before I arrive back tomorrow evening. Oh dear. The ego boost that gives and gives. Nah, you're talking nonsense, Mark. There are loads of Welsh beauties out there. I'll be honest, there's beautiful women all over the place, aren't there, really? Six years this year, wow. Well, if you're enjoying being single, that's 6 years of happiness. Well done, you. I mean, each to his own. I'm okay being single. It's like not bad. But I do agree with whoever said this. It was some comic who was on the shorts feed, saying how when it's interesting. When you're in a bad relationship, you fantasize about being single. When you're single, you don't fantasize about being in a bad relationship. And I'm like, yeah. But when I'm single, I do fantasize about being in a good relationship. Yeah. Obviously, much harder to find in a bad relationship. And usually you don't know which one it is until it's a bit too late. That's, I mean, this time I got quite lucky and found out it would be bad before it even got started. Not always the way. Oh, we're on for one here. We are on for one here. This is potential. 7. We have to roll the 7 back. Come on now. 8 or 5. 8 or 5. 8 or 5. No. Oh, why? Why a 4 of all the numbers? Oh, that's rude. I thought we had a shot there. Oh, sorry. Oh, Meg's in. Let's have a look. See if I missed anything. Oh, Meg said, I'm also single. I live in your mind, though. But you don't know it yet. What do you mean I don't know? I know exactly where you are, Meg. You're in this little spot back here. But we won't tell everyone else what that spot is. We know, but they don't know. Obi-Wan is in. Obi-Wan, long time no see. How are you, Obi-Wan? Woohoo! It has been a minute. Sin says, teach you to trust your instincts. You're a wise one, Mole. Or Moley, sorry. Yep, yes I am. But I don't always listen to my own wisdom. Hey. Is it what the wise man says or what the wise man does? So, Miss Meg saying, oh, just be quiet, you. I weren't that bad. We had a lovely night, Alan. Well, you're calling me Alan, which is weird. Don't call me Alan. Everyone, so I'm doing good, thank you. How are you doing? We're not great, to be fair. Not great. I've got Dreams in. Good evening, Dreams. And another one calling me Alan. What's this business? Stop with this Alan business. Some people are going to get themselves timed out for this, I'll tell you. I hope everyone is well and that you're doing good. Everyone's saying, I'm very excited. My birthday's tomorrow. Wow, really? We have another member of the family who has their birthday tomorrow as well. That's crazy. Meg saying, you looked cute in that pink onesie. Meg is talking some weirdness now. Bananas in? Yo. Yeah, I assume maybe they were talking about your cat. You're all right, Dreams, don't worry. Hey, 12. Oh. 10. Oh. Are we going to do it? Come on. One time for the 9. The 4 again. The 4 again. If that comes out again when we're down to 1 or 2, I will lose my rag with this 4. I tell you. It's my daughter's birthday too tomorrow. Wow, damsel. So that's Ellie's, damsel's daughter, and everyone's birthday all tomorrow. Wow, we're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to pick up a birthday cake to have on stream. Jeez. Do you know what we used to do when I was in lower school? I should do. I wonder what I should do. We used to do this thing in lower school. Well, I say we. The head teacher had this thing where whenever it was somebody's birthday, a cake would be done at assembly. So all the classes sitting cross-legged on the floor in their groups, and they had like the table in the middle, and the teacher doing all the normal assembly stuff, and then they would do birthday for anyone whose birthday it was. Sometimes there was a couple of people, or even three, but sometimes it was one, and sometimes no birthday at all, obviously. But essentially what they would do, they had a tin, like, you know, like a roses tin or something, and they just put like a bit of like crepe paper around it, like to make it look like it was a cake edge, and essentially the tin just, you know, had holes in it for them to put the candles. So it looked like it was a cake, but it wasn't actually cake, and you just went up and blew out some candles. You know, and I used to think it's a bit jibbed because there's no cake, and they could at least put a cake on. But then, you know, as an older person, you realise no, they couldn't put a cake on every time it's someone's birthday at school, because it would like be a lot of cake given out, and they weren't supposed to do that. But yeah, it was a nice touch. It was a nice touch, I think. And we've got Paula in. Good evening, Paula. So how are we going to sing that? Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday everyone, Ellie and damsel's daughter. Happy, yeah, that'll do. Yeah, what are your plans, Obi? What are you going to be doing? Damsel's saying happy birthday, Ellie and Obi. It's my kid for tomorrow. Yep. Dream saying, I didn't know you weren't comfortable with that name. Sorry again. Yeah, it's all right, Dreams, don't worry. I just prefer my nickname, that's all. I wasn't telling you off seriously. I just and to be fair, you came in as the second person who said it. So the other, did I just knock that down by mistake? Sienna said, mine's on the 20th. What do I get, Moldy? Trouble. That's what you get. You get trouble. I suppose I could always get you some more protein like that. Collagen stuff, or something similar, you know, something good for the skin. Yeah, no, that's a bit much. Oh dear. Cream pie. So Damsel saying, yeah, my daughter's teacher in class sings to the child. My daughter hates being centre of attention. She's begged me to keep her off tomorrow. I'm keeping her home. Fair enough. You could spend a day doing stuff with her instead. Just like literally take her out for a birthday treat and just do loads of stuff. May the force be with them tomorrow. May the force be with you tomorrow as well, everyone. Gracie heading off to crash out. Go for it, Gracie. Crash out. Are you going to go see an Oasis tribute? So what are they called? Have they got a special name? Because sometimes these tribute bands have really funny names. I think that's sometimes the best bit of the tribute bands, when they have like a really funny name. Oh. Yes, you can crash. Ooh. Oh, stuffed on a 7 Yes, you can crash out, Gracie. Dream saying, I remember Mother Margate, our head. She didn't even allow birthdays. She was so strict. Were you saying Mother Margate? Does that mean you went to like one of those like schools run by nuns? My mum went to one of those, you know, like a Catholic girls' school type thing. She always told me stories about how, you know, one of my mum's favourite stories is about how the girls used to do this thing. And to be fair, I've seen a clip of this where I think some of the is it a Japanese school or something where they do it still, where basically back in the day the schools had rules about skirts being long enough that they would get certain, like, you know, to the knee or whatever, and so they'd be sent to school with them, but what they do is they roll them up so that with their belt, sort of like tucked in, so essentially the skirts would get shorter. Um, and sometimes the teachers would tug on the girls' skirts to kind of like make them go long again. So they're just going to, that's too short, and they'd tug on their skirt, and it would sort of like unroll and pull and come back down to the right length or close to. And my mum would tell a story about how, I think it was either her friend or a sister or something, but anyway, was allowed to basically, her mum was like, you can just, I'll just make it the right length. And so she had her skirt wasn't that long, and when the teacher came along and yanked her skirt, instead of it rolling down, it ripped, because it was nowhere for it to roll. And in her upset state, she got annoyed with the teacher, went to try to rip her skirt. She yanked on the teacher's skirt, and lo and behold, the teacher's skirt actually unrolled. I found that so funny. Oh yeah, dad joke. We'll get that doing. I will retell it tomorrow for Ellie when we see her. Oh, Dreams saying, yes, I went to a Catholic school. Where were you from, Dreams, if I can ask? I'm sure I might have asked already. But you're not Christian. That's fair enough. My mum isn't now either. There's some inbuilt sort of like, I'm gonna stop with Shut the Box. We're not gonna make that. We're just gonna have a chit chat now for a little bit, and I'll do the dad joke before we wrap up the stream, I think. So we'll just get you guys in a bit closer. Excuse me. Try and do it with Audi behind still. There we go. Yeah, that's good. Imagine tugging on it to make it longer. That's balmy. We're talking about skirts. We're talking about skirts, honestly. They're called Definitely Oasis. That's not a very good tribute band name. I don't know. Couldn't they come up with better than that? That seems not cool. Not very clever at all. Right. Scroll back down. Kit's in. Hi, Kit. Good evening. Hope you're well. So, dad joke of the day. Justice is a dish best served cold. If it was served warm, it would be just water. What? Oh, justice is a dish best served cold. Be just water. As in, I have to probably show you how they've written this. That is dreadful. That's more of a written one. Look, just ice or justice. Just ice is a dish worth best served cold. If it were served warm, it would be just water. That is terrible. Wow, that might actually take top spot. I don't know, because then it's that or the one from yesterday. I like telling dad jokes even though I'm not a dad, I'm a faux pas. Because I don't like that. That's like bad taste, that one. I mean, that's just awful as a dad joke, but isn't that bad? Yeah, I think if you're not, that's a really good not dad joke. Like if someone like Gracie said, I like telling dad jokes even though I'm not a dad, I'm a faux pas, that would be okay. But as a dad joke, that is not right. This one is just a terrible, terrible joke. Just ice to just water. Justice, just ice. I don't like that at all. That's rubbish. Highly critical of these in the last 2 days, but I think well justified to be that critical. Dan was saying, oh no, dad jokes. Yep, had to be done. Sorry, damsel. We're nearly done. We're over halfway through the dad jokes, and then they'll be done. And I shall probably give them to charity shop. Dream saying, I kept to myself at school, never got into problems. What, never? Not even once? Really? Everyone's saying, I know, when I see a Green Day one called Green Fake. Oh, what? When I see a Green Day one called Green Fake. I mean, I'd have called them Green Night. How about that? That'd be a good. Um, that'd be a good. Or Green Morning or Green Afternoon. That's a good name for a Green Day tribute band, I'd say. Yeah, you could have Good Evening or Good Morning. Because no, you couldn't have that because that was green. You know, green evening. Yeah. Or you could go with like a shade of green. That would work. You could have like mint day, or you could have vermilion day, or something. Um, yeah, you could definitely. There's a few plays on that that are better than that. What do you call a man with no legs? Oh, I know this one. Um, oh, Sienna, that's not a bad idea. I could sign each one of the dad jokes and send them off to you guys. I could send them off as a small letter on Royal Mail, second class. So it wouldn't be that expensive. So yeah, maybe anyone who wants a dad joke. Um, do you know what I could do, Sienna? Instead of just sending them to subscribers, I'm only about a month or two away from being able to get my memberships back up, and I reckon every member who signs up, maybe I send out one of the dad jokes signed or something. I don't know about signed because my signature's terrible, and that's not like I can autograph. I don't know. I'm not very good with writing, but I can do something with it. I wonder what else I could put on them to make it unique, Sienna. Can you think of anything else that I might have that someone would want, like on their cards? Hmm. You'll have to let me know any ideas, Sienna. What is Gracie going about now? Dream saying, well, I had a spliff now and then, but I never got caught. Ah, yes, see. So just the fact that you didn't get caught is didn't you know that doesn't mean you were good all the time. It just means you didn't get caught, or rather, you were good at being bad. Yes, you see. Yeah, you can be good, or you can be good at being bad, and it results in the same thing of not getting in trouble. All right, Sin saying a splash of something that says moly. You're pretty artistic. Yeah, okay. I suppose maybe some paints or something, unless you've got better ideas. But yeah, I mean, or I mean, I could get like a little stamp made up with like a channel sort of logo and just pop up quick stamp on there. Yeah. 11:34 bedtime. I think your bedtime was about 2 hours ago, Gracie. Get yourself to sleep. And for over an hour and a half, it's time for my bedtime and for this man's here. We both. Can you see? Look, he's got a little bit of like a red tear coming. That's Ethan's blood. he had a nosebleed. Oh, it's more brown now. I need to clean that off. But if we were in the van, I'd have cleaned that off straight away. But here I've been a bit lazy. But I should probably get it. And like, what I might do is I might wash him in the bath at some point soon. Maybe that would be a job for tomorrow. It's too late now though. It's been a long day. It's like work until just gone 6, and yeah, took a while before I could get dinner. Excuse me. Took a while before I got dinner. Yeah, just because I got started late because I spent all that time this morning dealing with all that stuff for the insurance. Yeah, they've been a right nightmare. Not bad for a school day. Pretty bad for a school day if you ask me, Gracie. Right. You lot take care. Thank you very much for being here. I appreciate everyone's support on the channel as always. But for now, have fun.